time. There's massive expectations of him.
What happens when an Olympic-level boxer with talent turns every fight into a performance?
If Whittaker wants to make this interesting, don't let the judges be swayed in a close round.
You get Ben Whittaker. Some say he's bringing excitement back to boxing. Others, they think he's a joke and disrespecting the sport with every flashy move.
Right hand cocked to ready to go. Huge right from Whittaker.
But love him or hate him, everyone's watching. It all started with his debut fight against Greg O'Neill in July 2022. Right out the gate, Whittaker was showboating, throwing punches, dodging with ease, and taunting his opponent. Fans didn't know what to expect, but within 2 rounds, he had everyone's attention. A devastating knockout just 21 seconds into the second round set the tone for what kind of fighter he was going to be. The problem? Some fans loved it, but others saw it as arrogance. Whittaker didn't stop there. By his 3rd fight, he was already stepping it up. That's how he came up against Jordan Grant. A tough, durable opponent, but Whittaker made him look like a beginner.
Saw him on the scales yesterday. That's not unusual.
In typical Whittaker fashion, he was dancing around, winding up his punches and taunting the crowd.
There's the showboating.
He even started hopping on one foot mid-fight, turning the match into what critics called a circus. But here's the thing, Whittaker didn't just toy with Grant, he obliterated him.
With somebody in the crowd here as we enter the final stages of the first round.
By the 3rd round, he connected with a brutal right hand, dropping Grant hard.
The backhand that came through, it wasn't even...
Oh, and he staggered again here and down right to the very stop.
And when it was over, Whittaker climbed the ropes, soaking in the adoration and the hate. The reaction from fans was immediate. Some couldn't get enough, but others called him out for not taking the sport seriously. But he's just focused on doing a good job. One of the biggest criticisms? Whittaker's habit of showboating against guys who, frankly, aren't on his level. Critics say it's easy to dance around when you're fighting journeymen, and they're not entirely wrong.
There's method to the madness as well. It's called showboating, but it's a tactic as well. I don't like to give a lot away, but it is a tactic.
In his fight against Vladimir Belajuski, Whittaker kept the same energy, dodging, taunting, and playing to the crowd.
Difficult for Beluski. He's got to try and ignore all of that and just stick to the task of into the body.
The fight went into the 8th round, but Whittaker remained unfazed. He picked his shots, landed a devastating right hand, and forced a stoppage. The reaction? Once again, people were divided. Some people called him the future of boxing, while others said he was disrespecting his opponents. But it didn't seem to bother him. Whittaker's made it clear, he's not here to make friends, he's here to entertain. Then came Stephen Dreadhadge, another big test. Dreadhadge had experience and knockout power, but Whittaker made him look slow. From the start, he was dancing, dodging, and landing heavy shots.
And then just moves off to the right-hand side.
By the 4th round, it was over. Whittaker delivered a thunderous right hand, and Dreadhadge went down hard. But here's the thing, while Whittaker kept knocking guys out, his haters are louder than ever. They argue that his antics wouldn't work against top-tier opponents, and they want to see him humbled. But Whittaker, he's not listening. In February 2024, he took on Khalid Graia at Wembley Arena. And guess what? Same story. Whittaker was showboating from the 1st round, taunting Graia as if the fight was already won. By the 5th round, he delivered another brutal TKO. The backlash was immediate. People were furious. Some said he was humiliating his opponents. But here's the thing, that's exactly what Whittaker wants.
Well, that's what I like to hear.
And let's not forget his most recent fight against Leon Willings in March 2024. This fight sparked even more controversy. Willings was a relative unknown, but Whittaker treated the fight like it was a sparring session. He had Willings on the ropes, throwing flashy combinations and taunting the crowd within the first minute. Fans expected a quick knockout, but Willings hung in there, frustrating Whittaker just enough to make him ramp up the showboating. Whittaker started boxing with his hands down, pouting to the crowd and mocking his opponent. And when Willings didn't crumble under the pressure, the criticism came flooding in. Then, in typical Whittaker fashion, he totally switched it up. He landed a brutal combination in the final rounds, securing a unanimous decision.
Maybe that, drops, all that drop from Ben Whittaker. I was looking forward to seeing some new moves.
But let's be real, this is where the hate comes from.
Getting yourself into that position, these things will happen, and it's exciting. And people not calling me out.
Whittaker has all the talent in the world, but people think he's wasting it by not taking his opponents seriously. His cocky attitude rubs fans the wrong way, and his flashy moves make it seem like he's more interested in playing to the crowd than actually winning. We saw this side of Whittaker during the Olympics too. He made it to the finals, winning a silver medal.
And the other guy finished strong. They both know that, and Whittaker certainly...
But instead of celebrating, he made headlines for refusing to wear the medal. To him, silver wasn't good enough. He felt like a failure. His raw reaction earned him both respect and criticism. While some admired his desire for greatness, others felt it showed a lack of sportsmanship. It was a moment that gave people a glimpse into his mindset. He's not here for second place.
On the build-up, no one says bronze, silver. No. It's always gold, gold, gold.
Yeah. Whittaker is not here just to win. He wants to dominate. And that's what's making him so polarizing. He's openly said he doesn't mind the hate because it comes with the territory. You don't have to love me, he says, but you'll watch me. Here's what most people don't realize. Whittaker's been doing this against top-level opponents for years. He's fought with some of the best in the world, including middleweights like Felix Cash and Vladimir Shishkin. He's faced elite competition in training, and in his amateur career, he fought top-ranked fighters on his way to an Olympic silver medal. But now fans are waiting to see if he could do the same against the big names in the pros. Whittaker's next challenge? Climbing the ranks to face the likes of Joshua Boutsy and Anthony Yard. People want to see if his showboating will hold up against the best in the division. Will he be able to taunt and dance his way to victory when the competition gets tougher? Or will he finally be humbled? So why do people hate Ben Whittaker? It's not just the showboating, it's the way he carries himself, the way he taunts his opponents, and the fact that he seems more interested in building his brand than respecting the sport. But at the same time, that's exactly what's made him so successful. He knows how to play the game both in and out of the ring. And if you think he's going to change, think again. Whittaker has said himself, he's just being who he is.
You have to be true to yourself, and I'm just being me. I've been this way since I was 7 years old and I stepped in the gym.
I'm not going to stop being me because people don't like it, he says. He's built his career on showmanship, and love him or hate him, it's working. He's already got a huge following, and with each fight, that following grows, even if it's just from people tuning in to see him get knocked out. So what do you think? Is Ben Whittaker what boxing needs right now, or is he taking things too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know if you're on Team Whittaker or if you're just waiting for someone to finally shut him up. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive boxing content.